dressage horse. It's not a plastic one, or a jumping horse in a dressage saddle, or a Western horse in a dressage saddle. He's still a horse. But of course he knows what to do, and he knows how to control his body. So in the end, there's no reason for him to react. So, fellow, before we get you knotted up, you can put the bridle on, Jess, and then we show some things in the riding. You want me to show the wall? We can do that. Jess wants to show all of my secrets. So you see the big wall over there? This is the stretching wall, so we're talking about body control and body awareness and flexibility and knowledge. This is something I use to get greater flexibility in the body, so treating them like an athlete, like a happy athlete. So teaching him how he can be more flexible. I don't know if my sound man's going to be really upset if I go over here and make the speakers squeal. So the idea here is that we teach him to lift the front legs. And so I developed this through, I was doing a lot of lifting front legs while walking, and I was doing a lot of getting them to hold the front leg. And then I realized that if they had somewhere where they could take the weight, that then they could really relax the muscles and be able to stretch the leg. So here in the beginning I teach them to approach the wall and put the leg up. Have you got something there? Oh yeah. And then he has to be very disciplined, keeping the leg still and accurate. And so in the beginning, in the training, to make it rewarding, because in the beginning he doesn't see the meaning. Why the hell would I put my leg up there? What a stupid idea. But then in the end we give him a reason, and then we start to be able to do the stretch. So I'm not forcing him to go further than he can. But you see here he's almost now a metre above the ground with his leg, and sort of half a metre below that with his leg. So now the leg is getting above the ears. And so what happens is when he does a willing stretch, it's just like bending down and touching your toes. You know, if you're able to breathe and allow yourself to go all the way to the ground, just like that, just as flexible as I am. In the end, the horses really feel the relief from it. The stretching wall I have at home for the horses that really know it, if I let them free, boy, they're knowing right away. When I let them free, they're running up to the wall and stretching themselves. He has to be disciplined, so I push him down. I want him to walk a little bit forward and down with the foot so that he's there. And now I lift up, and then we get the foot that we want. And then I can control the stretch, a bit in, a bit down. And then what happens is, just like any figure skater, ballerina, gymnast, you start walking like this. You have a horse that walks like this because he can only lift his leg this high. You know, and after a while he lifts his leg this high, and then he can put his head down over his leg, and then he goes, geez, I didn't know I could do that. You know, the difference between a horse that moves like this and one that moves like this is the one that moves like this didn't know anything else. And then you say, holy hell, you know, and he's walking like this, and then all of a sudden he's like, hang on a minute, how about I just move the shoulder a little? Instead, when his nose is a little bit over the left front, which is causing the weight to transfer, all she has to think of is a little bit the outside rein to straighten the head, so his head is directly in between the front legs, and wait until when his head's there, his body adjusts, and she can relax. and then he takes responsibility for staying there. Because she gave the aid for him to take responsibility to put himself back within the parameters, not that she manually moved him there. Because if she manually moves him there, she didn't help the balance, so the problem comes back. Secondly, he didn't know how he got there, because she put him there. And when she puts him there, he can easily go out of it again. Feels good? I'm concentrating, don't talk to me. Good, then you can, if you're doing changes, then you can just go through them. Do the 4s, 4 tempies, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here she's going into control again, look. She's with her upper body taking the horse back. Now just look and see what happens to the horse's balance. Don't worry about the changes, they will always be big and uphill. And then walk again. So what's the one thing you see in the horse's balance if he's like this in the change? Yeah. And then it's not about putting the hind legs in. So once the hind legs go out, this shape. So imagine he's still in the halter. Then the shoulders will go to the right. And then he's in the positioning of the pirouette. Shoulders to the right, not too much inside rein. And then from here, we just turn the front leg. He's already thinking about the Piaf lesson. And so when you... So when you turn the front, it's not that then the front end is coming here, because then the positioning of the front leg is next to the hind leg. It has to be that the inside hind leg is in line with going underneath the rider's boot. And then you push the hind leg out again. So we have again the difference in the positioning, relax on the hand. So we have the ability to go out with the hind leg, out with the shoulder. And in the pirouette, that's all you have to be able to control, is the position of the shoulder. And then you let him canter. And then you keep this positioning. Stay shoulders to the right and give. Loose reins. Yeah. And loose reins. And walk again. And now hind legs out and